Welcome to Pulse, the Cheetah Product Podcast. I'm Patrick Tripp, SVP of Product Marketing at Cheetah Digital. Excited today to be joined by Brian Finfrock, our newest member of the Product Marketing Organization, for episode 20. To talk about Brian's background and what he's focused on at Cheetah Digital. And we'll talk a little bit about relationship marketing and where to learn more. So, Brian, excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Patrick.
Welcome back to Pulse, episode 20. Brian, it's great to have you, our Director of Product Marketing. How are things for you?
They're going great. It's spring, or almost spring anyways, and the snow has melted, so looking forward to things.
Love it. Yeah, same here in New England. The snow has melted, but it always sometimes comes back in April and May, so I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but here we are talking on episode 20 about your background and what we're doing with relationship marketing. We always start though the series with our interest in music, and I'm a kind of a part-time musician myself. But Brian, what do you listen to these days, and what are you into for music?
Oh, I like heavy music. I mean, it's not an upward mohawk today, but I do like to keep it punk. I've got a 5 and a 7-year-old, and we're taking them to their first concert next month, so they get to see Elton John as their first concert. We're really excited for that. And I picked up a couple albums for myself recently. The Toadies Rubberneck 25th anniversary is out, and Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats have a new one out that I just can't get enough of.
Good stuff. Yeah, I remember you sharing that with me recently. And yeah, you just made me think of what I'm doing this summer, which is Xfinity Center in the greater Boston area. I did get the season pass for the lawn for my son and I. My son's really he's 9. He hasn't gone to any major concerts yet. So there's all sorts of different shows from Dave Matthews to Steely Dan to all sorts of different stuff. So that'll be interesting. We'll kind of come and go as throughout the summer, but yeah, great stuff. Looking forward to getting music back on the road this year into this summer. But Brian, we're super excited to have you on the product marketing team and at Cheetah Digital. You have a great background, over 15 years in this space, but maybe you can talk a little bit for the viewers to give them a little bit of your background.
Yeah, I started professionally right out of high school as a weather forecaster for the U.S. Air Force. Uh, Really got into playing with models and data a lot, and learned how important it is to understand data as I was doing that job, and just didn't love it. I loved marketing and the idea of marketing, and ended up pursuing a job in digital marketing, where I spent the better part of the last decade and a half building campaigns for enterprise brands, and a wide variety of enterprise brands, because I was a campaign specialist in a services role. And then I made a transition into being the product marketing manager for the majority of the B2C marketing tools that exist over at Oracle. And I'm very excited to be here now, doing similar things with the Cheetah technology.
Love it. Yeah, great background. Love the journey that you've gone through, and excited to have you with us. And the journey we're on now is really towards a new way of talking about the value that we can deliver for our customers. We call that relationship marketing, and that's essentially helping our brands really develop these better direct relationships with consumers across the entire customer lifecycle, from acquisition to engagement to retention, all powered by data. And so relationship marketing is key, and we're talking a lot about that. And I think engagement, an area that you're focused on and that we're obviously at the core of Cheetah Digital, real-time engagement, engaging in those moments that matter, in those contextual moments that matter most, is core to relationship marketing. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the relationship there that you see.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my roots are in email. That's where I started building, but learned immediately when I came into the industry that it isn't just a matter of blasting people with a message. You actually have to try and take the information they're feeding you, whether it's a click somewhere or a visit or a view or an interaction, and build on that. So for all marketers, the relationship between us and the brands that we're interacting with are critical, to not just be generic. They have to be focused. And what's really, really critical at this point in time, with the way the environment for all of us as shoppers has gone, is real-time engagement. The moment that any of us are looking to do something, looking to find a piece of information, looking to find a product, looking to learn something new, is the moment that we expect a brand to be able to find a way to give us that information. And then beyond that, the loyalty is so critical. Keeping a customer is a whole lot easier than getting a new customer. And if you have good customers, keeping them happy is going to get you a whole lot more revenue and success than just locking on to new one and done sorts of customer opportunities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
looking
it's a
forward to that
really it's a
focus.
progression really, right? From very simple, messaging with great targeting to then incorporating more channels and touch points and journeys. Maybe you can talk about that progression that we see, out there for marketers they can take advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. Relationship marketing, it bridges the gap between data and contextual engagement. It ensures that you can really easily and fluidly understand the customers that you're interacting with, activate the insights that you're gleaning as you're interacting with them, and deliver personalized experiences with every interaction across every channel and every touch point so that there's value and every moment that you have with your customers. So relationship marketing is how we think about the entire customer engagement suite, enabling our customers to deliver those sorts of experiences to their best customers.
Yep, definitely. So, on a previous series, we talked about acquisition and enrichment, but then sort of as we get into more progression of use cases, we talk about real-time engagement, right? Everything from messaging at scale to cross-channel engagement, right? To real-time and even intelligent marketing. Maybe you can inform the viewers in terms of how we see those areas.
Yeah, it's certainly not one size fits all, which is why there's so many different ways to get to a point where you have relationship marketing instead of just one directional marketing with your customers and messaging at scale. And the root again for me was email, and email remains critical to all marketers. Most consumers prefer email to other channels. Most consumers trust email more than other channels. But we also need to be able to communicate at large and at speed and personalize that dynamically. So, and as customers, we all expect some level of understanding. We don't want an email every day. So messaging at scale is more than just achieving scale. It's achieving it intelligently. And cross-channel marketing is the next sort of use case that works into there, where because we're all unique shoppers, we're interacting on multiple devices today. I'll go back and forth between my own cell phone, my wife's cell phone, my work computer, and then wandering out to a store on occasion when I feel like it. And all of those different interactions add up to a full experience. And it's important for brands to be able to put those pieces together and orchestrate to those different channels at moments when people are likely to interact, which is really the next use case we have there. It's real-time interaction. And this is trickier to do, but in the experience that I've had, the brands that do that right, even something as simple as an abandonment, a next day abandonment versus a real-time abandonment. I've done a 90-10 split on a test like that, where 90% got next day and 10% got real time. And that brand called us the day that we turned it on to say, this is already producing more revenue at just 10% of our audience than the 90%. Real time matters. And now we're in an age where we can go beyond just real time. We have the opportunity to take in all of this data, but actually gain insights from it, surface opportunities, and take the knowledge that we have to find our best customers and find new customers that we weren't considering in ways. And that's the intelligent level of marketing. It's taking your data all the way to the top and evaluating everyone and bringing it back down, so you're personalizing on a one-to-one level with machine learning, doing things that as marketers we can just never do with AB or Boolean or SQL or whatever else that we do.
Yeah, definitely a series of use cases here for marketers to dig into, depending on their maturity, depending on their goals and their objectives. Messaging at scale, as you mentioned, right? It's really about email and mobile. $45 per dollar spent of ROI is still, on email is one of the best channels to still leverage. And a lot of our customers are doing very seasonal based messaging with very precise targeting to consumers. So that's still very valid. Then you kind of talked about cross-channel marketing. And to me, I think about journeys there, and journeys have been around, but I feel like journeys are ripe for reinvention. Journeys can be more real-time in nature now. That can certainly be more based on events and activities and triggers. And then we get to the, like you mentioned, real-time marketing, a little bit more around mobile, around web and digital in those moments that matter. Even cart abandonment, for example, can really generate a huge lift for organizations. And then intelligent marketing, yeah, really the power of machine learning, putting models into the hands of marketers and really helping them, derive the insights that are needed to help you get that level of personalization that you can't scale to manually
Yeah.
through
Journeys used to
business
be
rules.
journeys were incredibly mechanical and limited
Yeah.
when they came out. And what we're doing with journeys today, you can simultaneously reach out with an email and a push if you know it's more likely to survive or achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can really intelligently go from the email to the SMS to the push and back to the email, and even include the web experiences in that. So you're progressing your customers instead of just trying to drive them to an endpoint. Nobody wants to be led in that way. They want to have their own control over what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do agree with you there. I see the convergence of real time and journeys more and more. It's not this bulk batch oriented audience that you're just trying to force down a path. It's really waiting and reacting and providing a unique path for every individual based on the context and the data they've shown. So yeah, great stuff. We're going to be talking a lot more about relationship marketing and some of the other use cases that we see across retention and loyalty for another day. But um, Brian, I know we're starting to get some visibility out here around this topic. Where can folks find more on relationship marketing?
Yeah, if you travel to the Cheetah Digital blog, we have a series on relationship marketing and the use cases associated and best practices and how to actually achieve the sorts of things that will get you to that differentiating level with your customers.
Yeah, and in those blogs, we talk a little bit about some of the recent research that we've been a part of, including Forrester Research. One first I'll mention is the Real-Time Interaction Management Now Tech Report. We did put a blog out about that a couple months ago. Great to be a part of that, right? Part of that mix in RTIM.
Yeah, I mean, Forrester does a lot of work in making sure everybody's able to understand the sorts of technologies that are available there. And real-time interaction is so critical. Recognizing unique customers, pairing them with contextual insights, determining and orchestrating the next best experiences, measuring the outcomes associated with the experiences you have. At Cheetah, we believe you can and should make every single interaction you have with your customers a moment of value. So connecting across all channels, personalizing at scale, that's expected, but delivering it in real time and adding value is really how you make your brand stand out compared to your competitors.
Yep, definitely. And we definitely deliver on that through our personalization capabilities. So it's exciting to be a part of that mix. And then also the email wave just came out. Yeah, email marketing service providers for Forrester Research. We were a part of that. That one just came out a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic report. Char's been writing it for a while, and we're really pleased with the results here. The highest overall current offering for Cheetah Digital. When I was in my past experience, the notice of how Cheetah was uh, moving across that wave is one of the reasons why I was really interested in coming over here, and I'm really happy to be at Cheetah, because just like Shar recognized, the technology that we have right now is the best technology that marketers have access to be able to do all of the things that you might want to do with email, and then also connect that to the experiences that get you good email profiles to personalize on, and that loyalty, retention, advocacy, and brand championship that you want at the end. So we got perfect scores in services. We got great reviews in vision, dynamic content. So it was a fantastic report.
Yeah, excited to be a part of that. And thanks for all your contributions there. We will have a blog out about that, and I can go check that out. But Brian, it's great to talk with you. We'll do more of these down the road. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
All right.